fans. We need some crowd participation here out of you. Well, we need a little bit more than that. Are you ready to go racing? All right, so on the count of three, we're going to say those famous words. You know what they are. 3, 2, 1. Gentlemen. And they're off. Todd Bierman, a little bit of a slow start, along with Tyler Vache. He's not going at all on that outside line, going to stack him up. And Toby Wibito trying to give a little help there. Got into the backside of the 15S to move out Don Berner. He will be the last one to get cranking here as they come off a turn at number 4. Hunter Cavanaugh, little contact there. Limited caution flags as we are underway. As the 77 of Dave Carl not getting going, along with the 4 of Tyler Vache. But everyone else is rocking and rolling as Justin Hara is your race leader in the 10X. Hunter Cavanaugh caught a little piece of one of those cars, that 133. He was very fast there in his hot lap session earlier on, trying to work his way back around Cody Parrott now in the number 80. So once again, limited caution flags. Tyler Vache still down there trying to get his car cranked up. Same with David Carl and the 77. As Toby Wibito almost whips it around down the front straightaway. He is one of the last cars on the lead lap as Hunter Cavanaugh. He's moved in that second spot, now trying to reel in your race leader here of Justin Hara. 120 laps the distance here as we have 116 laps to go. And Hara right now trying to hold off Cavanaugh. Toby Wibito having issues on the 25. He's going to be the first car to bring it down to the infield. Left rear flat for the 25 of Toby Wibito as the battle's on for the race lead. Hara trying to hold off Cavanaugh as they race their way off a turn at number 2. They're side by side still. We got a hood up on Richard Smell in the 42R. He comes down to a stop down the infield as the 62 of Tyler Bennett. That car just bought it yesterday. It is destroyed. He caught a little bit of the 77 off a turn at number 4. You're in no man's land down there if you're Dave Carl in the 77. Oh, man. As they still have that battle brewing for the race lead. The man who started this race on the pole, about to go one lap down, is Don Burning, the I-81. Trying to work his way away from these drivers. They come off 3 wide. Dave Carl, hang on to your britches, buddy. Whoa, Eric Collier threading the needle right there. I see some tire smoke on the front side of the 80 machine of Parrott as debris comes off the 133 of Hunter Cavanaugh. That will bring out the yellow flag. So single file restarts here for the Bomber Enduro. Green flag is in the air. Justin Hara, Hunter Cavanaugh will lead him in turn number 1 here with 110 laps to go. So Hunter Cavanaugh trying to get that race lead as Aaron Collier, Richard Bennett exchange a little paint down the front straightaway with Collier now in that 3rd spot. Bennett in 4th. Ross Kajak in the 51R was fast earlier on in the hot lap session. Fastest, actually. The 51R. Right now trying to work his way around Bennett. Here comes Big Woody, Steve Sabowski in 82. Richard Schmill in the 42R had the hood up on his car, just got it down the hot pit area. He will come back on the racetrack. As Tyler Bennett just lost something on the racetrack, I believe, in the 62. As the green flag will fly once again. Here with 106 laps to go. So Hunter Cavanaugh once again going to work to the inside of Justin Harris. A lot of cars still in the lead lap here as we are coming up here on 15 laps down in this 120 lap main event. As Tyler Vacher on the racetrack, him and Richard Schmill in the 42R. With the 7-up of Todd Bierman. Started this race on the pole. Did not get going though. So we got him stacked up. They're right out the get-go. But it is Toby Harris, or Justin Harris, excuse me, out front showing the way as Hunter Cavanaugh trying to hold off the 13X of Aaron Collier to the outside of him with the 51R Ross Krajak, 16B of Richard Bennett. Then it's the 82S of Daniel Sanchez and Steve Sabowski as they go 3 wide for your race lead. Hunter Cavanaugh, Aaron Collier, Justin Harris still 3 wide off of turn number 4. Beaton and Mangan give the top spot to Aaron Collier, but now here comes Cavanaugh down the inside. Hunter Cavanaugh the inside of Aaron Collier in the 13X, who's still trying to hang on to as Ross Krajak moves into third over Justin Harris as they will split the lap car of Todd Bierman. Off of turn number 4 they come. It's still Cavanaugh down the inside trying to dig. He will take over the top spot from the 13X of Collier. But Collier not going to let him clear him just yet off of turn number 2. 100 laps to go in the Bomber Enduro, and it's Hunter Cavanaugh and Aaron Collier side by side, beating and banging into turn number 1. Collier now going to try to clear. Had a little bit of an opening right there over the 133 of Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh fights back down the inside as the 15S of Zach Griggs has taken his car off the racetrack. That was the car driven by your track champion last year, Michael Sabowski. Looks like his afternoon might be done as he comes to a complete stop down the hot pit area, and nobody over there working on that car. So Collier now has finally cleared Hunter Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh trying to fight back down the inside with Ross Krajak in third. 4th and 5th is Steve Sabowski and Daniel Sanchez. Sanchez now on the inside of Big Woody. He's going to take over that 4th spot, move Sabowski back to 5th as Justin Harris, who led the first 15 laps or so of this main event, right now back in the 6th spot with David Jones in 7th. Him and Richard Bennett almost make contact off of turn number 4 as they go side by side. Coming up, it's on the backside of Tyler Bennett right now, getting ready to put him 1 lap down. Somehow Tyler Bennett still on the lead lap in that 62 with the damage that's been done on his car. Aerodynamics do not matter here for the Robert Horton Ford Bomber class at Arizona Speedway. As Hunter Cavanaugh once again looks the inside of Collier. This is battle for the race lead. Into turn number 1. Off of turn number 2. They're still side by side. Cavanaugh down to the inside of the 13X of Collier. He's going to make quick work of him as Tyler Bennett and Daniel Sanchez in the 82 make a little contact off of turn number 2. See the smoke pouring out of the 72 of John Wilt. Todd Bierman right now getting passed around from the top 3 drivers as Steve Sabowski has some smoke coming out of his hot rod as well. As Justin Harris, something to miss on the 10X. See David Jones, Justin Wyckoff, Richard Bennett working their way around him. Your race leaders work down the back straightaway into turn number 3, right behind the 72 of John Wilt. It's Hunter Cavanaugh down the inside of him. He'll put John Wilt 1 lap down, get behind the I-81 of Donna Burner. Bomber Don coming out of retirement here for the Bomber Enduro. Believe he might be working on a car for the 2020 season as well. Right now, the last car on the lead lap in the I-81 machine. As Hunter Kavanaugh does put Don Berner 1 lap down. Has some contact made now. Don Berner a little bit off the pace. Makes some contact with Daniel Sanchez. Off of turn number 4. Does get back into it as Ross Krajak almost goes around for turn number 2. Comes back up the racetrack trying to hang on to it. Almost got in the lap car. John Wilton, the 72. That's going to allow Steve Stabowski to start reeling in as Tyler Vacher spins around for turn number 4. Back on the throttle, though, is Tyler. No harm, no foul. He's a few laps down. So out front, though, it's all Hunter Kavanaugh right now in the 133 with Trenton Sedlin a lap down right now, being used as a buffer between Aaron Collier and Daniel Sanchez in the 82. Sanchez now to the outside of the 13X of Collier off of turn number 4. Can't quite do anything with him, though, as Collier trying to work his way around the 99 of Trenton Sedlin. Still cannot clear that 99 of Sedlin. Might gonna be about time to start putting the bumper to him as the 133 of Kavanaugh is starting to get smaller and smaller on the racetrack, but he's right behind a 3-wide battle between Parent Bierman and Tyler Bennett, and that's 62. Oh, Kavanaugh, though, able to split those drivers as Parent brings his car back into the infield. So does Ross Krajak in the 51R. Not too sure what's wrong with his car. Might be a flat tire, though, on the left side. See a little bit of smoke coming out of that car as well. So Hunter Kavanaugh out front, showing the way. Sanchez looks to the inside of Aaron Collier for that second spot. Ross Krajak went completely past the hot pit area and came to a stop. Looks like he's climbing out of his car. So Ross Krajak's 51R, his day is done, it would appear. As Kavanaugh out front. Now we got a new second place driver, Daniel Sanchez. As they work their way off of turn number 2. About a straightaway length advantage between the 133 of Kavanaugh and the 82 of Sanchez. Aaron Collier, the third place driver. Then they're stacked up. Fourth right now is Steve Sabowski, and Big Woody going to spin around off of turn number 4. Kept it in the throttle, able to save it. Looks like he's going to come back out on the racetrack off of turn number 4. That's one way of getting it done right there for Sabowski. Oh, now there's more contact. Richard Schmill and Steve Sabowski off of turn number 4. So now Sabowski will lose that lap as Kavanaugh gets past the 82 of Sabowski, who's very slow on the racetrack and off of turn number 2. As Kavanaugh trying to work his way to the inside of Davey Watkins in the 48. 82 laps down. Or 82 laps to go, excuse me. And the 120 lapper here this afternoon. Now Steve Sabowski, very slow on the racetrack, will pull his car off track, and Big Woody. And just going to leave it right there. As the battle's starting to heat up for the lead right now, Davey Watkins was trying to hold off Hunter Kavanaugh on the 133, and that's going to allow Sanchez to look to the outside of him. Here comes Daniel Sanchez, 82. A little contact made between Sanchez and the 48 of Watkins. That allows Kavanaugh to drive away just a smidge. Here comes Sanchez back to the inside as Aaron Collier spins around with Don Berner right in front of your race leaders. Sanchez slows it down just a bit as Collier gets refired. Don Berner going to do the same as well. He'll get the car refired. As Davey Watkins now off the pace. He's lost a lot of spots after going one lap down as Sanchez now once again right to the inside of the 133 of Kavanaugh. They work off a turn number 4. Kavanaugh right now starting to stretch his lead out over the 82 of Sanchez, who just now got around the 7 up of Todd Bierman, and trying to do the same with the 4 of Tyler Vacher. as smoke comes pouring out of the 56 of David Jones. Trying for Bruce Sipes here this weekend. Looks like that motor is done. It just grenaded going into turn number 1. And David Jones comes to a stop at the exit of turn number 2. A lot of smoke pouring out of that car. As your race leader, Hunter Cavanaugh, just now going to drive through it. Almost Days of Thunder-esque. As Jones climbs out of the car and just runs away. No caution, though. We're going to keep the car right there. Stuck on the bottom side in turn at number 2 as Hunter Cavanaugh getting ready to put a good portion of the field one lap down as Justin Hara right now in the 4th spot in that 10X. Now in the back straightaway into turn number 3 as Cavanaugh and Sanchez continue their battle for the top spot. They go around the outside of these slower cars. They work around 72 of Wilt, the 24 of Wyckoff. They get around the 10X of Hara. Will be just 3 cars on the lead lap. The 133 and the 82 of Cavanaugh and Sanchez, and the 16B going into turn number 1 just now of Richard Bennett. As Cavanaugh trying to thread the needle, going 3 wide with Justin Wyckoff and Trenton settling. He is catching the lap cars at the right time, actually boxing in the 82 of Sanchez as they work in to turn number 1. That time, though, Hunter Cavanaugh a little bit of a whip going into turn number 1, able to drive away, though, off of turn number 2 from Wyckoff in the 2nd place running. Sanchez, as now Bennett comes in the pits. He was your last car on the lead lap, so now we'll be still just 3 cars on the lead lap as Hara moves into that 3rd spot. Right now holding off your race leaders for the time being. As here comes Sanchez with another strong run off of turn number 2. Look to the outside of Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh not having any of it. As now Sanchez is going to dive down the inside. A little smoke comes out of the 82, I believe, as they work their way off of turn number 4. Yes, Sanchez duking it out with Hunter Cavanaugh. Justin Hara, your 3rd place driver, going 1 lap down over the 133, trying to do everything he can to stay on the lead lap right now. Can't quite do it as he got boxed in behind Todd Bierman, but a strong run from Hara on the outside. He's going to get right back on the lead lap. Sanchez in that 2nd spot, trying to pounce on the 133 of Cavanaugh for your race lead. Pretty soon, we're just going to have a roll bar left on the 62 of Tyler Bennett. Debris just falling off of that car. As Justin Hara trying to thread the needle, they go 3 wide with the race leader. Smoke once again comes out of the backside of the 82 of Sanchez, who's trying to make it a race between himself and Hunter Cavanaugh on that 133. Toby Wibato right now. Here we go, another lap down. He's being scored in the 8th spot. As the battle's on for the race lead once again, your top 3 are in the picture, but it's only 2 of them going for the lead. One of them trying to hang on to the lead lap, and that's Justin Hara in the 10X. Your race leader is Hunter Cavanaugh on the 133. Then it's Sanchez in the 82 to the outside. Battle for the top spot. Drag race off the back straightaway into turn number 3. Cavanaugh down low. Sanchez in the 82 up top. As they work off of turn number 4, Justin Hara going to impede the progress of the 82 machine of Sanchez. See him sawing on the wheel inside the race car. He's going to get passed up once again by Hunter Cavanaugh. As a flat tire on Richard Schmill, he gets into Hunter Cavanaugh on the 133. Cavanaugh stays in it. Now he spins around. Cavanaugh spins around, hands over the lead to Sanchez as Cavanaugh gets right back into it. It's out of the groove. As it's a right front flat on Richard Schmill. Saw that happen off of turn number 2 as that thing was kicking up some dirt on the 42, and that was a right rear flat on the 133 of Hunter Cavanaugh. Hard contact between himself and Richard Schmill. Cavanaugh trying to stay into it, trying to stay in the race lead. Couldn't quite do it, though. So that hands over the lead to the 82 of Sanchez, as Kavanaugh going to have to come into the hot pit work area. Here with 63 laps down. For the Murder Nova, the 82S of Sanchez, is Justin Hara, the other car on the lead lap right now, just clinging on to it. That lead lap position, though, in the number 10X. Been seeing some smoke coming out of the 82 the last couple laps going into turn number 3. We'll see if it happens once again this time. Yeah, you see that puff of smoke starting to come on the 82. Might be some issues on his car. It's been happening the last 10 laps or so for Sanchez. As he will bring it off a turn at number 2. Gonna have the cross flags come up this time by for the 82 of Daniel Sanchez. So halfway through the 120 lap Bomber Enduro, it's Sanchez out front. Justin Hara, the 10X, is in second. Those are the two cars on the lead lap. Justin Wyckoff, Aaron Collier, both one lap down, running third and fourth. Fifth right now is Trenton Sedlin. He's 2 laps down. Tyler Bennett somehow running 6, some 4 laps down. And that number 62 just bought that car yesterday. And you see the back door panel is off of his car. Some debris left over up in turn number 3 off that 62 as well. Of right now still in that 6th spot. 7th is Toby Wibito, and Hunter Kavanaugh right now clocking in 5 laps down in the 133 after getting some new rubber on his car. So he'll bring it off of turn number 4. Some issues though. Looks like another flat tire possibly. Yep, another right rear flat on the 133 of Hunter Kavanaugh. They just got that tire on there for him. And another right rear flat for him. So when it rains, it pours, and it's pouring right now for Hunter Kavanaugh on the 133 as the laps wind down here at Arizona Speedway in the 2020 Bomber Enduro. So Justin Hara still in on the lead lap right now, trying to hold off your race leader in the 82 of Sanchez. Now Sanchez drives it in deep into turn number 3. He'll clear the second place running Justin Hara and put him 1 lap down. So only 1 car on the lead lap right now. Working lap number 66. That is Daniel Sanchez with Justin Hara 1 lap down now in the 10X. As John Wilt, a lot of smoke coming out of the backside of the 72 now. He will take his car off the track. His afternoon is done in the 72. As Sanchez, the last car on the lead lap in the 82. Can Hara get back on the lead lap? And mount a charge at your race leader, the 82 machine of Sanchez, who's now looking underneath Toby Wibito. Wibito 6th right now. On the racetrack, some 5 laps down. You're ready to lose another lap here as Don Berner out of retirement, the I-81. Right now running in the 8th spot. Hunter Kavanaugh still off the racetrack. Looks like they're trying to get a new right rear on his car, a second one. Being scored in a 9th. He is off the track, and Tyler Vachey rounding out your top 10 And the Bomber Enduro, the number 4 machine. So Sanchez has clear racetrack in front of him as he comes off of turn number 4. 50 laps to go. 50 laps left. And the 120-lap Bomber Enduro here at Arizona Speedway. And it's all Daniel Sanchez up front in the 82. Justin Hara 1 lap down in the 10X in second. Yeah. Oh no, I'm confused. I think it was 3rd or 4th. Yeah. So Sanchez, your race leader, going into turn number 1 right now here in the 2020 Bomber Enduro here at Arizona Speedway. Justin Harris still being scored in the 2nd spot. 1 lap down, though. Aaron Collier 3rd. As we got a battle starting to brew now for that 2nd spot on the racetrack. Justin Wyckoff starting to creep in and creep up on the back bumper of the 10X of Sabowski. Or not Sabowski, excuse me, the 10X of Hara. That's Hara right now in that 2nd spot, driving the old Sabowski car, with Aaron Collier being scored in the 4th spot. Right now, looking at these two drivers who are running 2nd and 3rd. It's Hara and Wyckoff off of turn number 4 for the 2nd spot. All 3 of those drivers are 1 lap down. As Sanchez continues to drive away, still though the smoke coming out of his car. So something happens. We could have a 3-car battle for the race lead. If something was to happen to the 82 of Sanchez, and we've seen it happen before out here in the Bomber Enduro. Don't get too comfortable if you're out front. See that puff of smoke once again. Comes out for turn number 3. So the battle is on for 2nd between the 3 cars off of turn number 4. Getting ready to catch up to some lap traffic as Tyler Bennett still out there on the racetrack running in the 7th spot. That 62 machine. As Hara, Wyckoff, and Collier 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Good around Bennett and Bierman in the 7-up car. So some smoke coming out of the 4 of Tyler Vachey as well off of turn number 4. Right now, nobody holding a prettier wheel than the 82 of Sanchez. Has 40 laps to go. When he crosses the stripe this time will be 39 laps. As the 62 of Tyler Bennett looks like he was finally just going to be taken out of his misery off of turn number 2. His afternoon is done. He's going to park it right there behind David Jones's car. As Aaron Collier moves up to 3rd around the outside of Justin Wyckoff. Here's your battle for 2nd off of turn number 4. Those drivers all 1 lap down, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's Hara, Collier, and Wyckoff. As Collier now trying to move up into that 2nd spot. He looks to the outside of Hara as they work off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway side by side. Still side by side, it's Aaron Collier and Justin Hara off of turn number 4. Give it to Collier now as Tyler Vacher right ahead of them, driving the number 4 machine for Bob Irish. Old hot rod there in the number 4. So Collier moves up to second as Sanchez out front at the stripe now. 1.5 laps ahead of this battle for second, third, and fourth on the racetrack. 5th place running. Trenton settling right now 3 laps behind. And the number 99. As we have just 9 cars out there on the racetrack. 11 if you want to count David Jones and Tyler Bennett for at least being on the racetrack. Their cars are. Drivers are not, as Bennett climbs out of his car. As Hara trying to hold off Justin Wyckoff right now. Battle for the 3rd spot. Wyckoff in the 24W to the inside of Hara. Wyckoff, though, will drive away as Hara appears to be off the pace off of turn number 2. Issues for the 10X of Justin Hara as he is well off the pace. Going to go a second lap down, I believe, to Sanchez as they work off of turn number 4. Sanchez to the top side of the 10X of Hara. Well, looks like Hara might have the car back up underneath him, but will still go 2 laps down as Aaron Collier, once he worked his way around Hara, he has driven away from Justin Wyckoff. But still, could be too little too late. As Sanchez is at the stripe now. Collier, same position on the back straightaway. Lap and a half behind. The 82 machine of Sanchez. And once again, some issues with Hara. Also some problems with your race leader, Daniel Sanchez. Slow off of turn number 2. Very slow off of turn number 2 is Daniel Sanchez. He has a lap and a half to the good right now. Here comes Aaron Collier about to get back on the lead lap as Sanchez drives it down to the infield. That is going to hand the race lead over to Aaron Collier eventually, as he is now back on the lead lap along with the 24W of Justin Wyckoff. And Justin Hara will be at the tail end of the lead lap as well, as we'll have 3 cars on the lead lap, as right there Aaron Collier moves into P1 off of turn number 4. Your new race leader in the 13X with Wyckoff in second. Justin Hara and the 10X. Now being scored in third. So he gets around the 82 of Sanchez as well. But he goes a lap down once again to Aaron Collier as more issues for the 10X of Hara. So it's just going to be 2 cars on the lead lap right now. Aaron Collier, Justin Hara will come to a stop off of turn number 2 and bring it down to the infield. But it's Aaron Collier and Justin Wyckoff, the 2 cars on the lead lap right now, as issues for Daniel Sanchez in the 82S. And it will be 26 laps to go this time as Aaron Collier crosses the stripe. 26 laps left in the 2020 Bomber Enduro. Justin Hara, they told him to get his car back out on the racetrack, and he did just that. So he comes back out on the racetrack, but a few laps down now. He'll be scored, I believe, 3 laps down as Trenton Sedlin, 2 laps down, moves up to that 3rd spot. As it's Collier and Wyckoff, the two drivers on the lead lap. Does Justin Wyckoff have anything for Aaron Collier as the laps will wind down here with 25 to go? It's time to make your money here on the 2020 Bomber Enduro. Collier trying to work his way around Toby Wibito and put him another lap down. If he can do that, he'll have a lot of clear racetrack ahead of him. And all he has to worry about is hitting his marks. But Toby Wibito making it very hard for the 13X of Collier. It's Justin Wyckoff trying to work his way around Tyler Bechet off of turn number 4. So he goes down to the inside of him. See if he can't clear him going into turn number 1. That'd be huge if he does. Because right now, Toby Wibito still holding up the 13X of Collier. Cannot work his way around. And Wyckoff couldn't quite clear the 4 machine of Bechet as Toby Wibito still able to hold the 13X of Collier at bay into turn number 1. As they work off of turn number 2, going to catch up to the much slower car of Todd Bierman in the 7-up. Wibito with some issues off of turn number 2. Almost made contact with the 13X of Collier as Wyckoff will clear the 4 of Bechet. Here comes Wibito fighting right back on the outside of Collier. He's going to go 3 wide with Bierman and Collier now. Your race leader down to the inside. And here comes Wibito fighting back. Toby Wibito might be scored in 5th right now, some 4 laps down, but you want to know it, way he's running on the racetrack. As now Collier finally able to clear the 25 of Wibito's. Justin Wyckoff has cleared the 4 of Bechet and the 7-up of Bierman. Yeah, it's definitely there. There's 2 pieces now. So 19 laps to go in the Bomber Enduro. Aaron Collier, your race leader. Justin Wyckoff in a second. Hell with it. No screws. As will be 17 laps to go for Aaron Collier. Some of the debris left over from Tyler Bennett has worked its way down into the groove. Some of the drivers able to split it, others not so much. But we will be staying green in this Bomber Enduro.
16 to go this time. 16
As Tyler Bechet brings his car off the racetrack. Toby Wibito, is he going to be nice to Justin Wyckoff in the 24W? Wasn't so nice to the 13X of Aaron Collier as Collier was trying to put him another lap down. Wibito fought strong on the 13X. Wyckoff, the second and final car on the lead lap, trying to make quick work of him, as there's a few cars right now right in front of Aaron Collier. 7 cars left on the racetrack. Wyckoff going to try to look to the inside of Toby Wibito. See if he can't reel in your race leader of the 13X of Collier. As Collier goes to the outside of Todd Bierman. He'll get past him once again. Justin Wyckoff, strong run off of turn number 2, down to the inside of Toby Wibito. Gonna try to use the 7-up car as a pick. Wyckoff, though, will clear the 25 of Wibito and look to the inside of Bierman. So Justin Wyckoff is coming. Here's the laps wind down, that time by a half second faster than Aaron Collier as they work off of turn number 2. Collier right behind Trenton settling the 3rd place runner. Right now, some 3 laps down. Aaron Collier getting ready to put him a 4th lap down with Justin Hara and Toby Wibito rounding out your top 5. So Collier to the outside of the 99 of settling. Can't quite do anything with him as they race off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Don Berner right ahead of these drivers, being scored in 6th. as Aaron Collier down to the inside of Trenton Sedlin. So this next time by as they come off of turn number 4. 10 laps to go for your race leader, Aaron Collier, trying to work his way around the I-81 of Don Berner. Clear racetrack now for the 13X of Collier. Justin Wyckoff, he wants to see some of that same racetrack. So he will look to the outside of Sedlin, I believe. No, now he's going to diamond off the corner, go to the inside of the 99 of Trenton Sedlin and Don Berner. Wyckoff to the inside of Sedlin. See Don Berner still up there as Wyckoff had to get out of it just a little bit. That allows Sedlin to pull back ahead of the 24W of Wyckoff. That's allowing Aaron Collier to pull away as Wyckoff to the outside now. Trenton Sedlin as Don Berner came across the nose. His car very slow on the racetrack. Some contact between Wyckoff and Sedlin. Wyckoff, though, stays in it. So now Justin Wyckoff has cleared the lap cars. Those drivers continue to duke it out. Don Berner, Trenton Sedlin, Toby Wiboto, all sorts of contact right behind your top 2 drivers. Your race leader of Aaron Collier and Justin Wyckoff with 7 laps to go. Who's it going to be? The 13X or the 24W? Toby Wiboto way up the racetrack, way up the racetrack. As Justin Hara comes almost to a stop on the racetrack. Collier able to work by him along with Justin Wyckoff as there's clear racetrack for your race leaders now with 5 laps to go. And Justin Harris come to a stop up in turn number 3. So Justin Hara comes to a stop in turn number 3. Collier and Wyckoff both get around them. And then you got 3 drivers duking it out right now like they're on the last lap of the Daytona 500. Don Berner, Trenton Sedlin, Toby Wiboto, and Todd Bierman back there as well. Justin Wyckoff going to need a lot of help right now if he has anything for the 13X of Aaron Collier. So he has driven away from the 24W. 3 laps to go. Aaron Collier, your race leader. 2 laps to go. Can he hang on? Probably hearing everything inside that car right now. All the noises inside the helmet as the white flag flies for him. One more time around for the 13X of Aaron Collier. He'll work around Todd Bierman off of turn number 2. Doesn't need to, though, because he can stretch his legs going into turn number 3. He has a sizable lead over Justin Wyckoff off of turn number 4. Aaron Collier will win the 2020 Bomber Enduro at Arizona Speedway. And little premature celebration. Smacks the wall, but it was after the checkered flag. It doesn't matter. Aaron Collier wins the race. And Aaron Collier will burn it down here on the front straightaway at Arizona Speedway. For 2020 Bomber Enduro champion, Aaron Collier out of the car, race fans. He can hear you. Make some noise for him. The only damage he got on the car came after the checkered flag. Oh. Well, Aaron, a little bit of a premature celebration. Way to fence it there after the checkered flag. But hell of a run there, 120 laps, man. Did you know that Justin Wyckoff was right behind you there on the same lap as you were?
I had no idea. I didn't know anybody was there. All I know is I kept passing the same cars. That is a long race.
Hey, not bad for somebody who wasn't going to run this race a week ago.
3 days ago.
Well, Aaron, you're out here. You got a lot of family and friends out here making this all happen for you. 120 laps, definitely the longest race of the year. The Enduro for you guys, and I got a lot of people who want to thank.
Everyone that's here, Cunningham Heating and Cooling, Matt Guile, Mike Stabowski, Leslie Knox, Rip Snappa and all their crew, Doug's Transmission, Vidana Concrete, EMD Wraps, B&H Auto, Phase 2. There's a lot of people. I got way too much on my mind right now.
Well, hey, at least now you get to go over there, get back to the pits, grab yourself a cold beer, and get rid of that hangover finally, right? All right, Aaron Collier wins the 2020 Bomber Enduro.